guys, Honest Lifestyle Influencer here. Today I'm going to unbox and review the Tuni G1 Conical Burr grinder. And while I'm at it, I'm going to head compare it to my OXO burr grinder, which has a problem with it. It's a wonderful grinder. It's been great. I've used it for over a year. And what I want to find out is if the Tuni will outpace this model with a specific feature, and I'll tell you in a minute what it is once we get to it. Okay, very nice box. And just so you guys know, I did review their espresso machine as well, and you can check for that in previous videos. So this is what it looks like when you get the Tuni G1 coffee grinder. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the box. Very simple, nice. And I've never owned one of these before, so I do not know anything much about it. First thing I'm gonna say, like some of their other products, the espresso machine that I reviewed, very nice weight to it. And the color of this cream white, something like that. And if you guys look in there, that's a conical burger in there. Conical just means cone shape. The simplicity of it is this. This is what comes with it, and this is your auger beans and everything, and then they flow through and then they grind. Let me just get everything out of here so that I don't damage anything. What I wanna do is just put this on here. Okay, so you basically turn the dial, and this changes the conical blade to tighter grind or looser grind. So French press over here, and then pour over, and then espresso. So the more you go this way, the finer the grind. Instructions are really simple. Before first use, I'm gonna go ahead and just wash clicks in. You just gently find the sweet spot there, and it'll just drop right into place. Once it's in place, you can tighten the conical burr, you can change the setting. And I'm gonna be doing right in the middle, and I'm gonna be doing that the same on both of these. But the one thing I'm gonna show you, which I really wanna test, gonna involve a scale, and it's gonna involve using real beans, and I wanna see how these perform. But right off the bat, I'm just gonna tell you the weight of this and the tidiness of it, and I really like that it's squared, because when you have a small amount of space, and you're trying to put things up next to it, you know, little shelves, olive oil, and different things you might have in the kitchen. It's really nice to have a flat edge where you have this rounded. It takes up space. It almost adds an extra inch on both sides. One thing I also want to show you, if you look at this, this is the lock and unlock. When you drop this in, you want to turn that to make sure it's in the lock position. That means you're going to get your arrow and it'll be in the correct place when you go ahead and start the grind. Hey guys, so I just wanted to clarify something. The part that I was showing first, this is actually the portafilter holder. It goes like that, just mounts on, and then you take your portafilter from the Tuni espresso machine, and it just literally sits right in there, which is actually really convenient and really nice. And you get your perfect serving right into the portafilter. Then you just tamp it down and you're done. I obviously don't have the filter in here. I'm not going to grind anything, but I just wanted to show you the simplicity of that. And then when you're just doing standard grind, what they did here is make this magnetic, which is really nice because it just sits perfectly under there. I'm going to be grinding some coffee really soon to show you guys how to do this. Here we go. We're going to start the grinding. And this is the thing that I want to really compare. Two things: sound, how loud they are. Two, there's something very specific about the OXO that I've always had a problem with. It's always bothered me because I'm very specific about the weight of the coffee and making sure the grind bean weight matches the grind weight. Let me show you. All right, so what we're gonna do is measure about 21 grams of coffee beans. I'm gonna try to go right to 21 grams, very close. 21 is pretty much what I go for with preciseness. I'll take one bean out. There we go, right on the dot, 21 grams. Let's go ahead and put that in the OXO. And then we're gonna grind it. And again, I'm doing a middle setting. It looks like the Tuni actually has more fine-tuned settings from what I can see. Every one of those dots is a little click, which is pretty incredible considering how fine and perfect. All right, let's go with the grind. And look at this, there's nothing in here. It's completely empty. I'm gonna go ahead. So let it run its cycle. See, that's done. Okay, that's 0, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour this back in and see what the weight is. Now, if you guys look at that, it's 19.4. So it's actually not the 21 grams that I wanted. And I'm gonna say this, there was probably some other beans that were left over in the OXO that were pushed out. So I would say it's probably closer to like 18.5 grams. So that's more than 2 grams difference already, which can affect the flavor in a major way, especially when you're dealing with espresso or very fine, detailed coffee weight. Okay, now let's take the Tuni and let's do the same exact test. Put this at 0. Okay, let's go to 21 grams. Probably gonna have about 3 of these scoops. 21.1, let's take one out and see what happens. 21, right on the dot. Perfect. Let's go ahead now and put this in here. And by the way, they really had it. This was really cool. They include a little brush to clean out the burr grinder, and it clips at the bottom of it, which is actually really nice because you always lose these things. The OXO does not have that. So they thought this out really well, really smart. The cup in with the magnet, which is, by the way, I love this so much. It just, the magnet holds it. So far, I'm super impressed with this machine. Again, I love that they put the cleaner under here. And this is so cool how you have the mount as well. So I'm gonna grind it for, this is just a little timer. I'm gonna do 22 seconds. It's probably gonna be done before that. I'm doing the middle grind exactly in the middle, which I did on this one. By the way, the Tuni has more fine-tuned settings. I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. Okay, that's done. Now I'm gonna pour it in and let's see how true it is to the original weight. 20.8, all right. The Tuni, I'm telling you, this is the problem that I've had with the OXO. It's been a great machine, no doubt. It grinds consistently. The Conical Burr grinder works great. Problem is there's always leftover residue and I have to shake it and tap it and do all these things. This is the first time I've used the Tuni. I am so close to 21. I am happy with that. That's impressive. This is what you expect of a professional grade machine. You're just few tiny specks off the weight I can live with because I can just do a little bit extra. The bigger problem is because I drink a lot of different coffee types. And so if I'm making a different blend, that it's a light blend, has a different flavor, because it sits and holds previous ground coffee in the grinder, the gravity doesn't push it through well enough. I get mixed flavors. And again, if you're a coffee connoisseur or you're trying to make coffee correctly, you always just want consistent, perfect flavor. So, hands down, the Tuni wins. Easy. The cost is about the same. They're right in the $100, $125 mark. All the links are below. You guys should read the reviews, do your own research. It's not as abrupt in sound either. It's slightly different, but it's more muted and muffled. I'm impressed. I give this a incomparable in this area. This is closer to I would consider a barista grade burr grinder. I'm gonna give this a solid 8 or a 9, even if it had a bigger container that was magnetic that came with it. But you just really can't get better than this in terms of space, in terms of consistency. And again, the weight was the big point because I know that more of those beans are being pushed through, much less residue, and I'm gonna have pure, cleaner coffee. That's a wrap, guys. Thanks for watching. Have fun if you buy it.